Hello again, YouTube. This is another video explaining ergativity. Um, yeah, this. So ergativity is the other case. It's also debatable because some people say it's a possessive or can be possessive. But for those who don't know what ergativity is when a subject of a verb sometimes functions as though it is the object of the sentence. I know it's kind of confusing, but try to let it soak in. So the subject of a verb sometimes functions as though it is the object of a sentence, of the sentence. And this is highly debatable. A lot of people will mistake this, or I guess not mistake, but will think or see it as a possessive case. Like in English, there's the subjective, possessive, and objective cases. In Cebuano, this is the ergative. Sometimes it's possessive, and you'll see why it could be possessive too, which I'm not gonna go into detail about, and I'm not gonna argue with how it's debated, but this is how I see it. If you disagree, go ahead. You're free to disagree, but there's just a lot of linguistic controversy about this. Anyway, so ergativity, and this is the other case. I already made a video about absolutive, and again with the absolutive case, that's also subject to debate where it can sometimes be seen as the absolutive case, but it can also be seen as subjective case. So again, you're free to see it through which perspective you want. This is just the videos I'm making to help you out. But anyway, with the ergative case, or with this video, there's two positions with these pronouns, the ergative pronouns. And the first one I'm going to show is a preposition. Then I'll make a next video that's going to show the postpositions. And then you'll understand why. It's kind of complicated, so listen carefully and bear with me because, yeah, it's going to be long. So with the prepositions, we have our singular, again, pronouns, and then our plural forms. So starting with the singular, it's pretty much you're starting with the first person, which is ako, again meaning I, the ako. The imo is the second person singular, which is meaning the you, and then the iya is the third person singular, the he, she, it ones. If you forgot, just go back to the video that's talking about the absolutive case or subjective case, whatever you want to call it, that video. And funny thing about this one is because it involves the nga ligature again, and remember, if you forgot what nga does, it's the ligature that links like things from adjectives, nouns, and all that stuff, vice versa. So here we're using that nga ligature again, but since these ergative pronouns end in vowels, we're gonna have to drop that, change the ending into the ng ending and tack it onto the end of the word. So this ergative pronoun. So ako just turns into akong, and imo turns to imong, and iya turns to iyang. And that's what's used, like the preposition. What's gonna be used. These three preposition forms, and you'll see what the example sentences I have down there too. Same with moving on to the plural forms. We have the inclusive and the exclusive we, again, as I explained. If you've forgotten it, just look back at the absolutive, at the video with the absolutive case. And it's pretty much the same too. We have the ato, which is the inclusive we, the amo, which is the exclusive we, the inyo, which is the second person plural, the you all, the you guys, the y'all, the yins, that kind of form, second person plural, and the ila, which is the third person plural. It's the they, the them, they kind of pronoun. And again, we're talking about the ergative pronouns here. All right, ergative, or if you want possessive, but you'll see why it could also be a possessive. And again, I'm not going to go into that controversy, but yeah, same thing, add the nga ending, and since all of these pronouns end with the vowel, you're going to change the nga to the ng ending, and you're just going to tack on the ng ending to them. So ato turns into atong, amo turns into among, inyo, inyong, ila is ilang. It might be a difficult sound to make with the nasal sound, but keep trying. Especially with English speakers, it might be difficult at first. The ng ending. And then the example sentences I have here for the preposition pronouns. All right, so first one I have, you'll see it. It's ang akong baso sa lamesa, which means my cup on the table, or in the table, on the table. Yeah, ang akong baso sa lamesa, and you'll see ang again is appeared because we're talking about my cup. Sorry, my cup, and that's the subject of this sentence. Because ang is our subject marker, right? So we have ang akong baso. And I underlined the ng indicating, okay, this pronoun is in the ergative case, and it's indicating that this cup is showing kind of, I guess, a possession, or somehow relating with the first person by this ligature here. It just connects this pronoun to this noun here, and this whole thing is just our subject right now. Sa again is our sa is the I'm blanking out here. Preposition, there you go. The preposition, and then lamesa is our noun, other noun, just table. And then second sentence is ang iyang elefante ug tigre. So it's saying his or her elephant and tiger. Remember that ug that we talked about, meaning it's that conjunction, meaning and, not og. Remember, don't get those confused. So we got our two nouns here that are being joined with this conjunction, and then we have our, obviously our subject, the iyang, and then the two nouns. Again, this nga, the nga, and the ligature connects the this pronoun with whatever nouns we have that acts like a ligature. And then this one, the third sentence, ang atong nasud sa Europa, which means our country in Europe, or yeah. So again, this nga ending with ato is the, remember, it's that we again, but it's the inclusive we, so it's our, including you, the listener. So it's everybody. Ang atong nasud, right, sa Europa. And finally, I just made this sentence just to kind of tie in everything from what we've learned so far, right? And this is also why it kind of, I wanted to show some reasons why it's ergative, and why the subject of the verb can sometimes function as though it's the object of the sentence. So in this reason, I guess I just wanted to show you why sometimes it's not possessive. So here's the sentence is kinahanglan ka imong mga uniforme, which means you need your uniforms. Alright, so kinahanglan meaning it's that verb meaning need, kag, so ka-og, remember that og is that object particle that marks the object of the sentence. And that's one thing, that's why I wrote this sentence, to show you why we need like an object of the sentence, why it can act like it. The subject can sometimes act like it. And kag is just the short form of ka-og. Remember how in another video I said kog, which is a shortened form of go-og? You just have to combine those two. It's just the way how it is grammatically. I don't know the rationale behind it, but it sounds better with a conversational flow like that. Kag. And then this og is indicating this whole object right here. Imong mga uniforme. Remember, mga is that pluralizer, and it pluralizes this noun here. So it's not just one uniform, it's many uniforms, right? More than just one. Mga uniforme. And this imong again, that nga ligature, connects this noun, mga uniforme, which is the uniforms, with this ergative pronoun, imo nga mga uniforme, or more casually, imong mga uniforme, which has a better conversational flow to it. I guess the next video after this one, I will explain the postpositions, but this is kind of tricky, so if you need be, just replay, pause, kind of let it soak in. I know it's a lot for just a silly 10-minute video.